My name is Eric, but you can call me E.L. Born on July 20th, 1894, E.Cord is my full name. Welcome into the family of E.L.Cord and William Henry Cord, who lived a good modern childhood, being born into the average family. Now, my father did pass away when I was at the age of 17. However, at the time, I needed to help provide for my mother and me, as her being a single mother alone and working a single job, it just wasn't enough. So, at the time, I took a fascination in cars. I liked their design, how they worked, they just overall intrigued me. So, I became a used car salesman. Now, after working in that industry for around a year, I had enough money to start trying to do something new. So, I started working in Arizona. So I decided to start working in the mineral industry, start making money off of selling profitable materials, and at the time it was something new, and it was good business. After making a good amount of money from there, I ended up moving to Phoenix, where I started selling cars again, becoming a mechanic, and even being promoted to a service station supervisor. After doing that, I felt like I could do more. I was making a lot of money, good money, helping to provide, but I could do more. So I then met a guy named Jack Quinlan. Now Jack Quinlan had his own dealership where he had just received distribution rights to begin working on the Moon car. Now the Moon car was supposedly a very luxurious car, to which I did agree, but it wasn't where I was going to stay. I then helped him by 1924 making 110% extra sales. After helping the company, I ended up making a lot more from him giving me money. I then left. Now with that money, I saw a good opportunity at Auburn Automobiles. At the time, the company was going into bankruptcy, meaning if I were to help take out and take control, I could make this company mine. So I did. The following November, after 1924, I had fully bought out the owners of Auburn Automobiles. Following February, I took position as president and gained full control of the company. Now that I had a big footprint on the industry, I thought it was about time to expand. So I bought Lincoln, Duesenberg, Checker Cab, and in total 150 companies plus before I ended up stopping. And that was in the span of 3 years. After all those companies were under my control, I thought, that's a lot. So I ended up founding Cord Corporation. After doing that, I made my first car, the Cord L29, the first published car of mine that had my signature. Now, with the Cord L29 being out there, it needed to have its value set, obviously, and I have high expectations. So I myself, along with a mechanic, drove over 10,000 miles across the country, logging those hours to prove the Cord L29 was worth its price, and it was. Better center of gravity, better cornering power. Overall, the Cord L29 was a very luxurious car. Now what made it stand out was its front wheel drive. At the time, I had this idea. Back wheel drive caused less friction, and it was a very hard to control car. You know, it caused a lot of deaths, and back then that was not good. So I thought, what if I could make something more sturdy, something that could save lives, something that was better for the car industry, and that was front wheel drive. By then, things were going great. My front wheel drive, it was a hit. Everyone loved it. Now, as all good things have to come to an end, as it sadly happened to me. October 1929, the stock market unfortunately crashed. Now, at the time, the Cord L29 was a very luxurious car, because it cost a lot of money. And the pressure of the stock market, many buyers didn't really want to buy the car because it's very expensive and it was hard to afford at that time. So by 1931, I sadly had to let go of the car, release continuation. I think that was one of my biggest fails. That was where Auburn Automobiles rather went bankrupt. By 1939, things were getting a bit better, but I saw no future for Auburn Automobiles. So I sold my 30% stake in Cord, making me a multi-millionaire. I then left to become a state legislator by 1939 for Nevada. After that, I kind of settled down. Life rather hit its end. I had family, but I was rather enclosed. So I eventually came to an end around 1974 when I passed away. At the time, I felt accomplished. I did good work, I met lots of people, I made friends, and overall, I left a future for the pathway of automobiles. My name was E.L.Cord. If I could give you any advice, I'd tell you to live in the moment. To not become stuck from where you start, but become embraced in what you could become. Thank you.